I want to tell you really quickly the problem with that rant room. The problem is, what's a rant? If I post a rant and you say that's not a rant, I say yes it is, and you say no it's not. I mean, I guess it's up to you. If it's your room, then you decide. I felt like when I went into the room, I didn't know what the rules were. I guess the rules were explained, or there wasn't an attempt for the rules to be explained. I felt like at the moment I wasn't sure exactly, but it really comes down to who decides and what the rules are. And I guess in some ways it doesn't really matter because it's this is a thing that people do on the internet kind of thing. Whether it's a room, a thread, a forum, whatever it may be. This is just an example, but like a room online is kind of like a virtual house. It's like a virtual clubhouse in a way, and so it's like, in a way, it doesn't really matter. But I made a big deal about it. Not a really big deal about it, but a little bit. But I was just thinking about it a little bit, and I just feel like it depends, like who decides and stuff. Like, I felt like if I wrote something down, it might be rejected if I were to talk about some of my problems, or things that I want to get off my chest, confessions, and oh, I had a bad day and how I feel. And but then again, the word rant is so general, and so the analytical side of me is like, what's a rant, what's not a rant. It's kind of like, what is spam, what is not spam. It's kind of like, what is a troll, or who is a troll, or who's not. It's like, these words are so crazy. Some people may be like, well, I can tell you exactly what it is, and then other people can be like, no, that's not what it is. It's this. And there's so much back and forth when it comes to all of these words, and that's what it comes down to a lot of times. And so you should try to define terms, the terminology, the meaning, the definitions, even the etymology. Like, it's like, you should take the time. But then again, does it matter? In some ways it doesn't, especially like in the short run and for small things and small groups and things like that. It doesn't matter, or it doesn't matter at the same level. Doesn't matter at the same level, kind of thing. It's true. Like, it doesn't really matter. And the here and now, like right now, immediately, today, it doesn't really matter. But in the long run, it may matter. There's a lot of reasons why it may matter. In the long term, in the long run, it may matter. It may matter in so many different ways, in more ways than you could ever imagine, until later on and you look back and you realize you didn't realize this thing or that thing. And so I'm not saying to go crazy over thinking about everything, but at the same time, if you don't think at all, there's a problem. And I mean, there could be a problem. I mean, it's like, don't overanalyze everything, but at the same time, I don't know, it's just like, it's crazy. But I felt like, at the time, I felt like I put something in and then it was just removed. But there was already a conversation happening, and a few people on the Discord, they were going back and forth. And those comments were not removed, but mine was. But the difference between my comment and their comments is very small. And in some ways, identical or very, very similar. Because at first, it started off as not really a ranting room. People weren't really unloading or ranting or confessing or going over their trouble, like as if, you know, the room's kind of like a Catholic church. I mean, the part, you know, when you go into the building and you go into the little box, and on the other side is the priest, and you confess your sins and everything to the little priest. Ooh, the little priest. And so it's kind of like that in a way. It's like you confess your problems or all the things that people did to you or things you did or whatever it may be. A little bit of both, maybe. I don't know. But, you know, whatever it might be. But it's like, who decides what is a rant? So, and I guess you can use whatever word you want and you can do whatever you want. It could be logical or not logical. It could be chaotic or not chaotic. I was just simply trying to ask a question. I was a little curious, you know. I'm not trying to tell people what to do. I might be a little forceful sometimes, a little aggressive at times, and all over the place and everything with my life and everything that I've done. I am aggressive, maybe too aggressive, and or maybe not. I guess it depends on the day, depends on the thing, it depends on everything. So we gotta take it one thing at a time, one case at a time, a case by case basis. Like, it's important that you do that in all things. Nevertheless, I'm making a video about this, and I just wanted to put this in for the record, and then I'm moving on. I don't really care, but just wanted to kind of put this out here because it sort of connects to a lot of different things. I hope the audio is not too bad on this video. It's okay, but there is some background noise, which I don't like. But it is what it is. The video's okay. Don't know if there's any lag. Audio, video, delay. But, you know, that's something I would rant about too. I can rant about anything. A wide variety of stuff. That's an example of a rant. And the rant room is a good idea. I'm probably not going to post in it, but then again, I was thinking about doing it just to be like, okay, are you going to remove this? You know, try to come up with some serious problems that I want to talk about. If I'm having a bad day or something, and then you could be like, well, that's not good enough for you because you're just a meme, you're silly, or you're this, or you're that, you're this thing, you're that thing, you're a little bit of this and a little bit of that, or whatever the case might be. I don't know, depending on who you're talking to about me and what they think. What do you think? I don't know. It's hard to say because sometimes people don't say. They don't say. Exactly. Not totally, not completely. So it's like sometimes you don't know. Sometimes you think you know, and sometimes you don't know the whole story. And that's the case a lot of times regarding everything. Everything. You have no idea. You have no idea how deep it goes.